I think we should backtrack. Can you tell people about Traverse Culture and the services you provide? And, because we got in the nitty gritty about your team, but what do you guys do?
Yeah, so we started with worldviews in 2018, and we started with group travel first. Then we kind of migrated into the government relations under worldviews. Then we started relocation, and of course, humanitarian CSR work is what we do. Kenya wasn't the only place that or it's not the only place that we travel to or offer services. It's just the main one since I moved permanently, just to kind of just resculpture everything. After rebranding, but we also did group tours to Jamaica, um, to Senegal, Kenya, Panama, and Belize. And then I had a bad business breakup and started in 2021, which took me from 2021 to 2023 to get out of,
Mm.
and make the decision to just leave and
Fair.
forfeit whatever I built. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
What I built under Worldviews, it was my baby. Kenya was the cash cow for for the company, and I had to make a hard decision. That thing almost took me out. I developed mild depression and paralyzing anxiety. I already have PTSD. I thought I was out of here. I mean, I was so stressed. And then I had people were telling me to keep going. And then by this time, I had a all woman team under Worldviews. And even the women were like, just start all over, Miss Warkesha. And I'm like, but I'm giving up my baby. I'm giving up my baby. I can't give up my baby. And I spoke to AJ Johnson, the actor from House Party, or um, Baby Boy, the mother.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah, yeah.
her and I became friends. I met her in Senegal, and she's doing great work in Ghana. And she reached out to me after we met in Senegal, and we started building a relationship. And she told me, you can start all over. Nobody's doing business with the name; they're doing business with you. You've built a rapport, so you can call it red, black, and green. They're gonna follow you. And then I had a conversation with my aunt. I was telling her, and she said, "Kia, what if the blessing is in the new LLC?
Mm.
What if the blessing is in the new LLC? What if you fighting for something that you ain't even supposed to be fighting for?" And I listened. I finally was able to take it in, because before, my pride, my ego, everything was. And I told my aunt, I said, "So, Auntie, you mean to tell me this whole time I was fighting by myself? I was fighting myself?" She said, "Yes, it had nothing to do with that girl. Had nothing to do with that young lady. It was about you." And so I rebranded March the 3rd, 2023, and started over with Traverse Culture. And we took it to another elevation. And so Traverse Culture is a travel concierge company that specializes in humanitarian work, relocation assistance, business development, and now medical tourism inbound to Kenya. Essentially, and we are the only company in the world that offer Afrocentric regenerative travel. And we are the first company in Kenya to push medical tourism inbound from the West to Kenya.
Isn't that crazy? Because, you know, it's again with our misconceptions and the things that we think we're like, we go to Africa to get healthcare. But from being on the, in Kenya and the level of development, the educated people, like, oh, I see. And then when you see the US insurance system is like, it's a mess.
It's a
And
mess.
you can't get certain things of especially preventative health care or
Yeah.
proactive things, because they just want to give you some pills and throw you out the door. um, when I saw that you were doing that, making the relationships with the hospitals, I said, oh man, that's really smart. Because in the US, when you see the medical bill, you get an X-ray, it's like $10,000, and you think an X-ray costs $10,000. It doesn't. It's a whole corrupt, crazy system. And I was like, oh man.